20 people believed me or more. 80 women have testified. And she said, I don't believe you. This is heartbreaking. This is really heartbreaking.
I wasted years of therapy. I could have just come on this podcast.
You probably got more info out of celebrities than anyone else.
In my private life, I was living a nightmare.
This was definitely no stock podcast.
I think we ought to do this every week now.
I never had a bad experience with a man. I never had a bad experience with a guy, with a boy, with a man. And my dad was a really perfect gentleman, and he was really great. So I also had a really good relationship with my dad. That's why I built a trust towards men, more trust towards men than to women, actually.
Okay, that is also interesting. Yeah. That's a side topic. Maybe we'll come back to that.
Okay. And so when he said that he would like to have lunch with me and talk about films and possible career, I saw nothing. I didn't see any red flags. Absolutely. And there are some people in the club, the restaurant club, that told me that he's a really big producer. So, it all like kind of...
Yes, it probably felt like you were lucky to have met him,
There
right?
were actually two really big actresses, I don't want to bring any names, that told me that he's a really big producer, he's a good producer. And so it just all...
And you knew the actresses?
I did knew them, yeah, everybody, but I just don't want to bring names.
Okay.
But
and then did they tell you his name? Like, it's Harvey Weinstein, he's Miramax.
Well, no, later after I spoke to him, they said, "Wow, he's a really big producer." And he's the real deal.
Which he was.
Right? He called himself King of Hollywood. I think he was King of Hollywood. And which is interesting on the because on the trial, his lawyers were trying to diminish his part, saying that he was just one of the many producers.
Oh, please!
I'm like, come on.
We all know.
To try to make him less important than he was, and he was really important.
He was. Okay, so he asked you out. You heard good things, or at least that he's big.
Yeah.
And then what?
And then he picked me up with his car at, I think it was noon or 1 p.m. So again, it was daylight. It wasn't like I was going in the night to a hotel with him, which I don't judge in any way. But at 16, I wouldn't do that. And we went in his car. He was talking on the phone, and then he said that he doesn't have time for lunch, but we can stop somewhere else to talk. And so that's when I got a little bit nervous. Also, he asked me how old I am and where I'm from, and I said 16 from Poland. And at that point, he should stop that car if he had these intentions and say, "Okay, I don't have time today. Let's talk in 10 years, or 5 years." But no, he didn't. So I followed him out of the car, and we went to his apartment. And that's when I started to be really scared. And that's where he abused me or assaulted me. He was very directive. I was raising my voice. I was trying to stop, but at one point, I was just terrified. I really was terrified. I was in a strange apartment with a huge, dangerous looking man, because his gaze it looked dangerous. It looked like a criminal. I remember he was closing one eye and kind of looking at you like a predator, at a victim. Actually, I just want to compare it to, I recently had an experience with diving with sharks in a cage. And the sharks, when they're circulating around the cage, and I could see their eyes, it kind of reminded me of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like viscerally, you could kind of went back to that moment.
That, yeah.
So you started to get nervous in the car. So like you sensed something, even though you're a trusting person, something was not right. And then when you went in, then you were like, you knew.
Yeah, that it's not right. But when I started raising my voice and telling him that I don't want to do certain things, he said that I should work on my stubbornness and that every good actress has to listen to producers and directors and people on set. Otherwise, they wouldn't be good actresses. They have to follow the orders, basically. And then he said that he created careers of Gwyneth Paltrow and Penelope Cruz. And Gwyneth Paltrow did win an Oscar with him. And so I was just very confused what's going on. And I didn't really understand that an assault will happen.
So he's telling you these things as he's assaulting you?
No, before, when he's trying to ask me to undress.
Oh, he's asking you to undress.
And I'm
right
saying,
there.
no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And then he's trying to like bring different things up so that I will do that.
Okay, so it worked.
It worked. It worked. And it was, yes, we went to the bathroom and that's where he asked me, he didn't ask me to touch him. He just took my hand and touched himself. And then he put his hand on my private parts, both up and down. And I remember I just looked in the mirror for a second and he was staring through the mirror at me with this like stone cold eyes. So that's something that also is hard to forget.
Mm-hmm. Does that image come up like later when you're just at kind of random
Even
times?
when I talk right now.
Yeah. How do you feel right now talking about this?
I mean, it's not the most pleasant subject, but you know, this is what happened. It's just, I feel like with the trial, there were already many times that, at the trial that
this isn't the first time you're saying it.
At the trial, I spoke about this for a long time,
but still.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you for sharing it with me. I know it's like, it has to be hard. Okay. So you're in the bathroom with him and what happens after that?
Then, he puts his pants up and I get dressed. And then I was really upset. And I was so upset that he didn't want to let me go at one point.
So were you crying? Like what was going on?
No, I was screaming basically that I didn't want that. I didn't want that. Let me out, let me out. And he wanted me to calm down, I guess, to not get out on the street like this. So he stopped me. And then finally, when I understood at one point that there's no way I'm going to get out of it if I'm going to be like that. So I just, tried to collect myself, if you can do that. And when I calmed down, we left the apartment.
So the trial starts and then what do they do to prep you for the trial?
Basically, we just talk about, but we don't necessarily talk about what happened that many times, but about many different things surrounding that so that I can be prepared for different questions, so that, I remember different things, but they never, district attorney's office in New York is amazing. It's really amazing. The way they treated me with respect, and they knew I have a son, so it was always 1 hour meetings, not more, or 1.5 maximum. And they prepared probably 5 files like that of documents to make sure that, everything is correct, triple checked facts, contacted everyone that I mentioned to make sure this is, this is real. And and I think that they did amazing work, and it's a lot of work for them as well.
Now, did anybody, when people in your life heard about what happened, did that change? Like, what happened when the people in your life found out about all of this?
Some of my best friends from Poland, two of my best friends, and some of my friends, they reached out and they said, "I'm so sorry for what happened to you." And then I received quite a few emails from strangers, or messages on Instagram and things like that. Supportive, yeah.
Okay.
Thank God, supportive.
Yeah.
Although I don't read the comments under, because I learned after the first time my name was public, don't read.
Right.
Do not read.
Yeah.
So this time I didn't, but I was talking to, I think, my lawyer, and she was like, "Oh my God, people are so mean."
Yeah. People can be mean. So that's just as well that you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get into the trial.
I want to protect my mental health.
Yeah, you will.
I'm crazy enough to.
Well, it's
to
a
not
must.
go too
right?
crazy. Yeah.
Right. So the trial.
And I know how people are.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter, and you need to just let it.
Doesn't matter.
You don't have to take it in. You don't have to take it. You just, it can pass right by you.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't testify to, let's say, to justify my story, right? I testified because I wanted to help.
Yeah. Right.
First of all, DA's office asked me to be a representative for, the women.
Right.
And so, I'm a psychologist. I've helped people for so many years. So if my story could help, yes, that's great.
Okay. So when you saw him there, because you had to see him there.
Oh my God. He looked horrible. He didn't look like himself at all. Like he was dozing off he was kind of falling asleep almost at times. Then his eyes were completely different. They were like almost lifeless. So he was a different
predator's
man.
eyes to a lifeless eyes.
You're a psychologist. Eyes are the reflection of the soul.
Sure.
They speak louder than words sometimes. So that's why I said that he was a different person. It doesn't even matter the way he looked, but his eyes were just completely shut down.
And how did that feel to you to see that?
Maybe it's going to be shocking, but I almost felt sorry for him. For the man he became. Sorry for what he did to women and what he did to his family and what he did to himself. Because I think he was talented. He really was talented. He knew how to pick the right movies. He knew that. And he just blew it off because of obsession. Maybe if he would, I don't know, get treated before for sex addiction, I guess, would change his life.
What a shame.
But
if he had just used his raw talent.
I was also feeling sorry because he destroyed so many lives.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah, just sad. Just sad. Maybe not sorry for him, but just like sad for the situation.
About everything that had to happen. It didn't have to happen.
That didn't have to happen. Yeah.
So what happened with that trial?
The trial was, one thing that I can say about the trial is that, so he was convicted. That's good. For me personally, it was 5 days of exaggerating testimony. First questioning by the DA's office, then cross-examination by his lawyers. And but the thing that really hurt most was my sister.
So what happened with your sister exactly?
So my sister gave my AA journal to the defense.
Your what journal?
AA.
Oh, your AA journal.
The step work.
You wrote it all down.
It was...
Yeah.
12 years ago.
Right. So you had that journal.
I had that, but I didn't wrote there that he raped me. And, on step 4, you have to write also your fault, right? In it. I don't even remember. I still don't have it. But they basically based their whole defense on that.
on the fact that in your journal where you were writing about other things that were going on as you were going through the 12 steps.
Yes.
Because it didn't include what happened with Harvey.
Because I included Harvey, but I didn't include that he raped me.
Okay. Then that basically helped them, Harvey's lawyers.
That built up everything.
The whole thing. So he was convicted, but not for your charges, correct? So is the charges of somebody else?
The most painful thing was when I spoke to my sister later, and I always had a very turbulent relationship with her, but she said, I don't believe you.
She didn't believe you?
"20 people believed me or more. 80 women have testified. And she said, I don't believe you. This is heartbreaking. This is really heartbreaking. Because to hear it from someone from your own family, it's and you know, and I remember the last thing that I told her was, you crossed not only, I mean, it doesn't matter, he's convicted, but year of work of people that were in the DA's office. You didn't give them the journal. You gave it to the defense.
So was there some sort of like animosity she's had towards you? Is that what's going on?
I mean, we had, yes, a lot.
Like, is there something that happened before all of this?
A lot of things have happened before. I don't want to get into that because, you know, it's water under the bridge. But it's till the day, it's been 3 months and it's still, you know, it still hurts me a lot.